Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health, March 27th, 2014, 844-374-5433, 844-374-5433. Jan in Florida is up next with a question about diabetes. Hey, Jan, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hello. I was just wondering, is Commander on with you today?
Commander is not here today. Commander is in the back of an ambulance today because that's his job. He, of course, is a veteran of the armed forces, and he's a registered nurse and done a lot of stuff with emergency medicine his entire life. And his knowledge base about emergency medicine is awesome. But that's where he is today. How can I help?
Well, I wanted to thank you for mentioning him in your book, Who Made MDs King, because I had a friend read it, and she was really impressed with your book and the fact that you mentioned Mark Denning, because I had told her about him. So
this is a nice little segue here, Jan, and we don't want to let this go overlooked because this is what longevity is all about. You know, it's not about Dr. Glidden. It's not about Dr. Wallach. It's not about Corey Gold, Dr. Gold. It's not about Tom Chenault. It's not about Steve Wallach. It's not about Michelle Wallach. It's not about Matthew Tokoff. It's about longevity, the worldwide community, because we're all in this together. You know, different people have different parts to play. It's kind of like, a big train, and you got the engineer, you got the conductor, you got the passengers, you got the mechanics, you got the people doing support all along the tracks, you got the people who laid the tracks. This is the great thing about longevity, because we all stand on each other's shoulders. And as God is my witness again, if I seem tall to you, it's because I'm standing on Dr. Wallach's shoulders. And this is how we do it. We all support everybody else. This is the very nature of the business model, by the way, which is network marketing. It's a group effort. Everybody supports everybody else, and a rising tide lifts all boats. It's a wonderful organization to be a member of. I'm very proud of Mark Denning. He's gone a long way, and the stuff that he's recovered from in his own body is legendary. I mean, the stuff that Mark Denning has recovered from is awe-inspiring. But don't get me started, Jan. How can I help?
Well, I do talk to him frequently, but I called you today because he's so busy. I have a friend, a pastor from India, a new friend, who has diabetes too, and he's going back to India shortly. I haven't gone over the protocol with him yet, but I pretty much know it. But I just wanted to find out how would I handle him in India, and how many months' supply do I send him with, because I'm going to ship the things to New York before he leaves for India.
Well, I just got a text from Mark Denning. He said he's listening. He'd love to be here today, and he gives a big shout-out to you, Jan.
I told him I was going to call you.
Okay, good. So, well, this is a sticky wicket, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about this, because I'm a big India-phile myself. I have a lot of respect for Indian culture. I have a lot of appreciation for it. I've been a student of yoga and meditation forever. I've done pilgrimages to India. I know a lot about Indian culture. Well, not a lot, but, just enough to be dangerous. There's a preponderance of type 2 diabetes in India. And the reason being that I've never approved this, but if I had to gainsay a guess as to why there's so much type 2 diabetes in India, it's a combination of two things. Number one, type 2 diabetes is rooted in mineral deficiencies, especially vanadium and chromium. Weird little minerals that most people haven't even heard about. Now, the only place that we get minerals into the body is from the soil, because a plant can't make a mineral. Plant can't make gold. Plant can't make calcium. Plant can't make vanadium or chromium, right? Neither can an animal, neither can a human. The only place that we get minerals is by eating food that was grown in soil that had those minerals in it. So if I had to guess, I would say that the soil in India is there's hardly any vanadium or chromium there. It's just not there. It's not there. It's been farmed out. It's gone. It's not there. It's been washed out. It's been eroded away. It's just not there. It's simply not there. Number one. Number two, the Indian culture eats a ton of wheat and oil. Practically everything that they eat is wheat and oil. They have naan, and they have puri, and they have papadam, and they have all this stuff made from flour. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they have flour. It's just part of their thing. And practically everything that they make, all of their, sag paneer and dals and everything that they make, which is delicious, by the way, and, loaded with curry, loaded with spices, loaded with some really good things, but it's also loaded with oil. And from our point of view, oil whittles away at the health of the body, causes stress to the body, causes constant chronic low-grade irritation. Consistent consumption of wheat whittles away at the ability of your intestinal tract to absorb nutrients, and then they're eating food that's vacant of vanadium and chromium ostensibly. So all of these things add up and produce type 2 diabetes. But because it's such a rampant thing in the culture, and because a preponderance of people have it, of course the MDs are looking for the Indian diabetic gene. And they're never going to find it because it doesn't exist. So that's a very long-winded way of saying that unless the person who lives in India is ready, willing, and able to change their diet, the nutritional supplement program is going to have little or no results. It'll have some results. There will be some positive improvement. But, if you don't clean your diet up and stop consuming food that's going to hurt you, it's going to be 3 steps forward with the medical nutrition, and it's going to be 2.5 steps backward with the food. You're only going to get a half a step forward. That's going to be very frustrating, and it's going to lead to mediocre results. India, by the way, is a gigantic market for longevity. It's gigantic, and nobody's tapped it. It's a difficult place to do business because of the infrastructure there, and you've got really wealthy people, and then you've got people they don't even have a penny. It's quite a remarkable culture in that way, if remarkable is the correct word. But in any event, and then there's the whole shipping thing, right? So you're smart and prudent and wise to hook this person up with a boatload of stuff that they can put in their suitcase and take back to India for their personal consumption. That's a really smart idea. So do you have any idea, Jan, how much this person from India weighs?
I would say 140, maybe. He's
okay.
Not overweight.
All right. So then what I would do is I would give them one Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 per month. One Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 per month. So if you can give them 12 bottles, if you give them a year's supply, that'd be great. This is what they need per month. And then you can figure out how much they can afford to put in their suitcase for the trip, okay? So per month, the recommendation would be one Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. One bottle of EFA at the 180 count. One of the EFAs at the 180 count. 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. And 2 bottles of Sweeties, the Sweeties, 2 bottles of the Sweeties, and then they need the liquid calcium, and we're leaning towards the liquid calcium away from the powdered calcium. So the recommendation here would be just 1 bottle of the white liquid calcium a month. So that's 1 bottle of Beyond OsteoFX, 2 bottles of Sweeties, 3 bottles of Selenium, 3 bottles of Selenium, 1 bottle of EFA at the 180 count, and 1 bottle of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. That's a really good program per month.
What about PDMs?
Plant-derived minerals, no, they shouldn't need that. The plant-derived minerals are in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and they're in the OsteoFX.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Right.
The only thing, he's a pastor, and I'm just hesitate. He's a pastor, and so his funds are really low. So it would have to be. He would have.
Well,
to
all right. So if money's an issue, then you can here's a fallback, okay? One Ultimate Classic a month, one EFA at the 180 count a month, and 2 Sweeties. One Ultimate Classic, one EFA 180, and 2 Sweeties per month. Have you ever tasted the Ultimate Classic?
Oh, I drink it. Yeah, I alternate. Yes.
Well, boy, you like the Ultimate Classic?
I know you don't.
Wow. Okay, great. Well, well, one man's ceiling is another woman's floor, right? What the heck? Yeah. So that's all good. That would be the kind of minimalistic program, and if even that's too much, then give him the plant-derived minerals and the Sweeties.
Okay.
2 plant-derived minerals a month and 2 bottles of Sweeties a month, right? But really, they have to strongly consider, wrap their mind around eliminating the 10 bad foods. They really need to wrap their mind around this, because if they don't do that, this program is going to have limited success outcomes.
That's important. I'll tell him. I gave him copies of it at, you know how people always treat pastors to dinner and take them, so forth. So he's just going to have to.
Well, he can turn that around. I mean, he can turn that around into a teaching experience for the people that are treating him by way of education and say, look, I'm privy to stuff that you don't know. I don't eat this stuff because it's going to hurt me, and here's information about it. I'd like you to consider this and stop eating it too. I mean, that's a nice little reframe for that. That's what I do. That's what Dr. Wallach does. That's what, people, you just gotta find a way to get inside a person's mind and gently nudge them towards the light. Jan, we're out of time. I appreciate you. Appreciate the phone call. Appreciate the work that you're doing. And keep it up, because you know what? You are the last best hope your friends, family members, and church members have for long, healthy, and wealthy lives. Florida with Romeo is up next. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Stick around. Yo-ho, Romeo. Thanks for the call. You are live.
Hello, doctor. I have a problem with my right hand. The first 2 fingers are like I don't know if you call it cramping or...
Yeah.
I can't make a real fist out of it.
How long have you been dealing with that?
Oh, a couple of years or more.
Yeah. By the way, is your wife's name Juliet?
No, but I could call her that.
Just a little strange little segue here, Romeo, because it's the second hour and it's the end of the week, and, I take liberties. My son, who I'm very proud of, 26 years old, is currently playing Romeo in the Seattle Shakespeare's production of Romeo and Juliet. So if you're out there in Seattle, folks, check it out. The Seattle Shakespeare's production of Romeo and Juliet. My son is playing Romeo. How about that? Very proud of you, buddy. Keep up the good work. All right. Now, do you have anything else that's bothering you besides the finger issue? Do you have heartburn or restless legs or low back pain or arthritis or anything else at play here?
Sacroiliac.
You got a sacroiliac problem? Yeah.
I got a pain now, so I limp a little bit when I walk because of the pain.
All right, so very good. That's all I needed to hear. So from our point of view, right, medical nutrition is at play here, and when you get strong and persistent symptoms, it's a sign and an indication that the body has run out of certain nutrients, and so certain things start to go awry. And nutritional deficiency syndromes always travel in packs. It's rare that you'll have just one thing caused by a nutrient deficiency. It'll happen, but it's rare. So you've got muscle spasms in 2 parts of your body. You've got one in the butt and you've got another one in the hand. So the first thing to consider here is that you have a calcium and a magnesium deficiency, and this begs the question, how much soda pop or beer do you drink? How much soda pop or beer do you drink?
No soda pop, an occasional beer, maybe once a week.
Okay, that won't be doing it then. How much wheat, barley, rye, or oats? Do you eat a lot of bread or flour or bagels or pasta or cookies or crackers or stuff like that?
We have English muffins and other bread.
Yeah. Okay, well, consistent consumption of wheat flour will damage the structures inside your small intestine that absorb nutrients. So, ironically, right, one of the worst foods anybody can eat is the whole wheat. Whole grains will kill you. And I know that that sounds crazy, but it's absolutely positively true. And if you really kind of take a step back and question yourself, all you have to do is ask yourself who told you that wheat was a good food. The wheat industry told you that. General Mills told you that. Monsanto told you that. And your doctor, who has no training, no experience, no respect, and no appreciation for medical nutrition, told you that. As God is my witness, wheat, barley, rye, and oats are 4 of the worst foods any human being can eat. And your health would benefit immensely by simply eliminating those foods from your diet. Now, that's not easy to do, Romeo, but you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Now, the workaround for that is you have to start buying gluten-free stuff. So you can have gluten-free English muffins, gluten-free bread, gluten-free pasta, gluten-free cookies, crackers, whatever you want. You have to look for it. You have to shop for it. Gluten-free from now on will make a big difference. And what's your current body weight right now?
About 211.
All right. So here's what I would do as an experiment with medical nutrition for 90 days, 3 months. Every month I would purchase one healthy start pack, 2 healthy start packs, 2 healthy start packs, and 2 bottles of Beyond Osteo FX. 2 healthy start packs and 2 bottles of Beyond Osteo FX every month for 90 days. Get with the person that told you about this radio show, because they'll tell you how to get this stuff at the wholesale price. And we need to support the people that brought you into the fold, because that's how we do it here. 2 healthy start packs and 2 bottles of Beyond Osteo FX a month, plus eliminate wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Give me a call back in 3 weeks. And by the way, expect a miracle. Stay tuned, folks. Marcus from Arkansas is up to bat next. Boom! Welcome back. March 27th, 2014, in the second hour here, going all the way down to Arkansas. Talk to Marcus about TMJ. Hey, Marcus, thanks for the call. You are live.
How you doing, Doc?
I'm great, Marcus, but I'll get better. What's cracking down there in the South, man?
Ain't nothing but a bunch of rain and, a bunch of other things going on. I got quite a bit to tell you about, so I'm going to try to, keep this, as brief as I can. I found I had TMJ a couple of years ago. I had all the symptoms. My head hurt. My ears rang. I have insomnia, dizzy. My blood pressure went up. Okay, so I recently went to the doctor, and he made me a splint. So this splint is going to move my jaw back into place. Because right now, like I said, I had nerves pinched that gave me all those symptoms. So for my high blood pressure, they've given me
hydrochlorothiazide. By the way, in 5 years, that causes type 2 diabetes.
See, that's crazy. Why would they give me that? Not only is it toxic already to your liver, they want to give me that. But nevertheless, they gave me that for my high blood pressure. Then the medicine I was taking, which was Ambien, it messed up my digestive tract. So now I have like a small gastric reflux.
Yeah.
Now, again, I've been a raw foodist for some years. I know all of this, but at the time, it's like, well, what else do I do? So, with my blood pressure being up, if I sleep on my left side, due to my TMJ, and my neck is messed up because of the TMJ, but because of my jaw being out of line. So when I lie down at night, I lay on my right side, my head hurts, I feel my heart racing, I have to get up. Lay on my left side, lay on my back, it's the same thing. It's like it's a no-win situation. I almost have to sit up just to go to sleep.
Right.
My high blood pressure, I've taken the calcium supplement, the Tangy Tangerine. It's not a nutritional thing, the calcium. I have my calcium and all those things checked. That's fine. I know it has something to do with the TMJ in my spine. So I want to go back and take the supplements and all that, but I'm kind of unsure because of I take sucralfate to coat my stomach before I eat each and every meal, and then I take omeprazole twice a day.
All right. Well, you're missing. All right. Good, man. I'm so glad you called, man. I'm like, I knew today was something special was going to happen, and this is it. I can help you all the way here, man. So look, there's a bunch of things you need to understand. Okay. First of all, there is no blood test. There is no diagnostic test that's currently available to tell you, me, or anybody else how many minerals like calcium are present in your body at any moment in time. It doesn't exist. Okay. The blood test that the MDs use to determine calcium and potassium levels is irrelevant. It's old-fashioned, it's outdated, and it is insufficient to the cause here. It is insufficient to the cause. You know, from a medical nutrition point of view, we take a step back towards a bigger perspective and we look to see patterns. I don't know if you've ever seen a live octopus, like up close and personal, but, you know, it's got this big head and it's got 8 arms that all come out of the head. And your illnesses are all, it's like different arms of the same octopus. Right. The TMJ, that's, of course, a problem with the joint in your jaw, and in order for the joint in your jaw to be healthy, you need calcium and magnesium, a bunch of minerals, and sulfur-bearing molecules. In order for your stomach not to have heartburn, in order for your stomach to be healthy and optimized, you need calcium and magnesium. Right. In order for your blood pressure to normalize, you need calcium and magnesium. So you are a walking, talking poster child for calcium deficiency syndromes. And the problem here is that, you know, there's no blood work that I can do to like prove this to you. The only thing that's going to prove it to you is when you get on board with a good, efficient, effective calcium supplement, right, and back that up with the other stuff you need, and then your symptoms slowly melt away like watching ice melt in the springtime. That's going to be the only way you're going to know. Now, I got to tell you something, man. I've been doing this for 25 years, and before I met Doc, I used to be employed and lecture for a nutritional supplement company that only sold to physicians. Their stuff was so good and such high quality and so potent, they wouldn't let lay people buy it. You could hurt yourself. They only gave it to doctors. They only sold it to physicians. And I worked for that company for 4 years. I travel all over the U.S. and lecture at different medical conferences about the nutritional supplements. So that's a long way of me saying, Marcus, that I've been around the block in the nutritional supplement industry here in the United States, right? And, you know, my profession, we're the only ones that are trained in this stuff anyway. We're the only ones that have doctoral degrees with clinical experience in the delivery and the use of vitamins and minerals and nutritional supplements. So we are the go-to people for this. And I've got to tell you, man, not all nutritional supplements are created equal. I mean, you know, nutritional supplements, it's like chicken soup. You got to get the right recipe. Right. And when it comes to calcium, most over-the-counter calcium supplements are about 15% absorbable. 15%. Dr. Wallach's liquid calcium is 95% absorbable. Dr. Wallach's calcium supplement rocks, and it eclipses in effectiveness anybody else's. But there's stuff that you need to do in order to optimize your body's ability to absorb any supplement, whether it's Dr. Wallach's or anybody else's. So this is kind of like a 1-2 punch. We take the right supplements in the right doses, appropriate for your health, and we stop eating food that's gumming up the works, making it difficult for your body to absorb that stuff. Now, if we do both of these things every day, then it's only a matter of time until these things start to roll around for you and you get better. So you need to go to CVS or Walgreens or someplace, man, and get a blood pressure cuff. You need to start measuring your blood pressure every day and write it down. I want you to measure your blood pressure twice a day at the same time, and I want you to write those numbers down on a piece of paper. Because once this program that I'm going to recommend for you kicks in, your blood pressure will start to come down. When the blood pressure comes down, you need to reduce the dose of the hydrochlorothiazide. Because if you have healthy blood pressure with medical nutrition and you take hydrochlorothiazide, your blood pressure is going to be too low and you're going to hurt yourself. So you need to get a weather eye to this storm and just be checking it out. And then when the numbers start to come down, go to a pharmacist and say, look, man, I need to reduce the dosage of this stuff. How do I do it? And the pharmacist will tell you how to do it safely, okay? So what's your current body weight, man?
145.
And how tall are you?
5'7".
Wow, that's a good weight for you then. All right, so here's the recommendation. Number one, you have to stop eating 10 bad foods. You have to do that. And you can get that list for free on my website. Go to fireyourmdnow.com. It's like a blog. My website is in the form of a blog now. So you got to scroll down on the front page about halfway, and you'll see a little link that says sign up for Dr. Glidden's free newsletter. And when you do that, it's free. You'll automatically be given a link to the list of the 10 bad foods, okay? So you got to stop eating those foods, and here's what I would take every day, or here's what I would order every month, and I would do this program for 3 months.
Okay.
All right, so at 145 pounds, here's what I would get. 1 bottle of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. 1 bottle of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. 1 bottle of EFA Plus, like Edward Francis Albert, EFA Plus. 1 bottle of EFA Plus, okay? 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. Ultimate Selenium, S-E-L-E-N like Nancy, I-U-M. 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. 2 bottles of Ultimate Enzymes. 2 bottles of Ultimate Enzymes. And I want you to take the enzyme capsule, 1 capsule at the beginning of a small meal and 2 capsules at the beginning of a large meal. And the emphasis here at the beginning. You need to take that particular supplement at the beginning of the meal. So have 1 with breakfast, 2 with lunch, 2 with dinner, whatever, okay? And last but not least, and this is the secret sauce, 3 bottles of Beyond OsteoFX a month. 3 bottles of Beyond OsteoFX. That's Wallach's liquid calcium. Now, each time you take a dose of that stuff, I want you to put it in a little bit of orange juice. A little bit of orange juice. So put 1 ounce of the Beyond OsteoFX in 2 or 3 ounces of orange juice or pineapple juice or orange and pineapple or whatever, as long as it's acidic, and slug it down 3 times a day. I want the final dose to be immediately before bed. Immediately before bed. 1 ounce of the white liquid calcium immediately before bed in a little bit of orange juice. Now, the only other thing you need to do is slowly, the emphasis on slowly, get into the habit of salting your food. Because in order for this stomach issue to get better, and for you to get on the other side of it, your body needs salt. Now, given your situation right now, if you were to just start salting your food like crazy, it wouldn't be good. It would be too much. So, as you're cleaning up your diet and as you're taking these supplements, I want you just to play around with a little more salt. After a while, your body's craving for salt will kick in, and then you just follow your body's lead and eat as much salt as your body tells you it needs. And I don't care if it's Himalayan sea salt, if it's Celtic sea salt, if it's table salt. I don't care. Just start salting your food. Take those supplements, eliminate the 10 bad foods, and as God is my witness, Marcus, your symptoms are slowly going to start receding. And it's going to be a slow and steady process. It's going to be one thing one day, one thing the next day. 10% better here, 15% better there, 20% better there. And it's going to build on itself like a snowball rolling down the hill.
Gotcha.
So check it out. Try it on for size. And the last thing I want to tell you and everybody else in the listening audience, properly prescribed medical nutrition is painless. There are 0 side effects. no constipation, no gas, no diarrhea. You don't grow horns out of your head, and you don't grow an 11th finger. It's a painless program. If you develop any side effects whatsoever, there's something that needs to be adjusted. So check it out. Get with the person who told you about this radio show, because they'll be able to get this stuff for you at the wholesale price. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. And then maybe you'll join us.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
I'm already with you.
Is this all right, Marcus? You're the man. You're the man. This is what I want you to do.
Like I said, okay, this is what happened real quickly here. I was taking the tangerine, and I was taking the other stuff, and I kind of, at one point I stopped because I started taking this other medication, and I wasn't sure if it was going to interfere with the medication.
Oh, I get it. So you just need to jump back on the horse, man. The diet for you, Marcus, is of maximum importance. Plus the dosing of the calcium, not the powdered, the liquid. Check it out, and Godspeed. Hey, we're back. Finishing out another week here at Fire Your MD. Now, Mike Phillip, Fridays with Phillip is up tomorrow. Check it out. He's going to be... I think he's going to have Dr. Wallach on with him. I'm not sure about that. But Dr. Wallach is up there with him, giving 3 or 4 lectures, maybe 5, in the great province of Alberta. Fridays with Phillip tomorrow, folks. Check it out. And Marcus, apologies. You got to keep in mind here, so many people call me so often, and there's so many people in the organization. It's hard for me to keep it all in perspective. Appreciate you. Keep up the good work. We're going to finish it out in Hawaii today. What a proper place. I wish I was there. Cecilia, I think, or Cecilia. How do you pronounce your name from Hawaii? You are live.
My name is Cecilia.
Cecilia, how are you? Thanks for coming. Which island are you on?
Oahu.
Oahu. How long have you lived there?
We've been here since last March, so just right now in a year.
And how do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah, what's not to like, right? You know, there's a preponderance of obesity in the Hawaiian Islands, and I know why. There's a big market there for longevity. You could help thousands of people with longevity just by focusing on healthy weight.
Well, we actually just had the big launch for longevity here last week.
You gotta love it. Don't overlook the obesity factor, because in the Hawaiian Islands it's huge, pun intended. But in any event, that's not why you called. How can I help, Cecilia?
Well, I listen to you all the time, so I get a lot of good answers. But one thing I have not heard a topic on was what my mother has, which is temporal arteritis.
Oh, yeah. All right, it's calcium. She needs more calcium. So temporal arteritis, of course. So she gets big, bad, voodoo daddy throbbing headaches?
Actually, she had a surgery for it, and what happens now more is her sed count goes up, and they keep putting her on mega doses of prednisone, which has affected her blood sugar and her skin.
Yeah, see, they don't care about that, right? And it's kind of like ridiculousness, because they'll just throw stuff at the wall hoping that it sticks, not caring about the stink or the mess that it makes, right? It's nonsense. I mean, you wouldn't expect this behavior from anybody else. But when the MD does it, it's just crazy how much under their spell we are. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out why people continue to do this. But in any event, so are the headaches a thing of the past, or is it just an elevated sed rate now? Is she symptom free?
I would say the headaches are there sometimes. She suffers the most from restless legs and insomnia.
Yeah.
And
well, there you go.
Hiatal hernia surgery, so she's better with that now.
Okay, and is she open to longevity and medical nutrition, or is she like leading the horse to water, but you can't make it drink?
Actually, she has just been talking to me that she is open to it, and so I want to make sure that I get her the optimum product so that she's able to feel the results.
All right, good for you. What's her current body weight?
She's 138 pounds and 5'3".
All right, so here's what I would do for 90 days. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say 130?
138.
Okay. So I'd give her 1 bottle of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0.
Mhm.
I'd give her 1 bottle of the EFA Plus.
Okay.
I'd give her 3 selenium.
Okay.
And I'd give her 3 bottles of Beyond Osteo FX liquid.
Okay.
Have her spread the liquid doses out over the course of a day. Have 1 of the liquid doses be immediately before bed. And it would be best if she can add the liquid calcium to a little bit of orange juice or a little bit of pineapple juice or something that has citrus in it, which shouldn't be hard to find in Hawaii, right?
Right.
Because that just makes everything go down easier. Please encourage her to eliminate the 10 bad foods and to start using salt and butter liberally. Start using salt and butter liberally. There's something causing the sedimentation rate when it increases is an indication that inflammation is afoot in the body. If the blood vessels don't have proper nutrification, the mere presence of blood in high pressure inside of them will cause irritation. It's kind of crazy, right? It's kind of like if the tires on your car get really worn down and thin, the air pressure inside them can make them pop or, burst a little bubble on the side of the tire. It's the same thing here. She would also benefit from 1 bottle of HGH Youth Complex. Have her take 6 of those capsules before bed with the calcium dose. That's a perfect program for her. Expect immediate results. Aloha, keep up the good work, and congratulations for bringing Hawaii into the fold.